Public education and the diffusion of education and knowledge is the main historical force that can reduce inequality in the very long run. And on the opposite, when you don't have equal access to education and when you have a very large concentration of resources and in terms of educational investment available for the different social groups, this is when you have rising inequality. So, for instance, one of the main reasons probably for very large rise in inequality since 1980 in the United States has to do with the fact that very fast rise of tuition in universities has made it very difficult for the bottom 50% or even bottom 70% of US society and US students to access good education. And at the other extreme, very strong concentration of resources in very top elite universities has made it possible for small groups to sort of split apart from the rest. So if you compare different countries over time and you want to understand, for instance, why is it that inequality increased a lot more for instance, in the US as compared to Sweden or Japan or Germany or other European countries since 1980, inequality in access to education is a key component. And it's not enough to say, okay, this is globalization, there's nothing we can do about it. I think this is wrong because, globalization happened not only in the US, it happened in Sweden, in Germany, in Japan, in France, everywhere. So you need some more specific factors to explain why in some countries a very large part of the population do not benefit from globalization, whereas in some other countries it's a bit different. So education really plays a key role here, and in this case, in this example of the US and more generally of countries where inequality is very high, which can be relevant of course in a country like Brazil, I think we have to enter in really the fabric of unequal educational opportunities, the way education is financed at the local level, which sometimes leads to a lot of inequality, or at a more centralized level in order to equalize a bit more the educational investment. You have to look also at admission procedures, who gets to decide who is admitted in universities. When you have private universities that rely a lot on sometimes gift made by wealthy parents, the way admissions are organized can be quite particular, and so all these issues need to be really put at the forefront of public discussion on inequality.